Alright, today's video is we're going to test some dating apps. Wow, we're testing some dating apps? Anyway, I'm going to try three of them. One's called Coffee Meets Bagel, another one's called Snapkiss, and there's a Christian specific one called Holyfire. And I'm also going to talk briefly about what happened, so here goes. Coffee Meets Bagel. Now this is a very mainstream dating app that's been around for possibly 8 years, 9 years, and so it's predicated on giving you bagels. Okay, so it gives you fresh bagels. If you're heterosexual, that's of the opposite sex. It gives you them every day at 12 PM local time. And if you don't go in the app between 12 and 12:15, it will send you an automatic notification at 12:15 to get in there and check out those new bagels. New bagels is new matches that Coffee Meets Bagel thinks, you know, you're very, very compatible with. You've got to be very compatible with them, at least superficially, based on the statistics, in order to be able to match. And normally I get between 0 and 3 matches. Usually there's one. Usually it's 1 or 2. Today I got 2. So if you look at the history and actually go back and see, you know, who you liked and who you passed. Yep, this one I liked. You can actually scroll down, check who they are. They've got similar age, white, and so I filtered it so it only gives me bagels that say that they're Christian. All right. Anyone, if they say anything else, then it doesn't, you know, then they don't get considered as bagels. You can go into Discover to find them. You can even check out the pics, etc. She likes big banana. So you look at the bagels. If you like them, you press liked. I press liked. Woo requires in-game, in-app credits, which you have to pay for generally. But you can rate photos, and you can get about 20 or 30 bagels for that. 20 or 30 bagel beans or whatever it's called. And if you get 200, you can go for the mystery box, and hopefully you get a free match. Or what is called a free take. You can do a free take in here, flip through them. They're generally people who say that they're not Christians, but occasionally you find Christians in there. So I'm obviously speaking from Christian perspective. In the religion box, they can, for instance, click Catholic, religious but not spiritual, spiritual but not religious, etc. But what I love about this app, Coffee Meets Bagel in particular, is that you're generally required to specify a height. You can specify NA, but that normally means that you're pretty short. People will say that you're short and will ignore you. So they put a height out there, and if you like the height, then you can select it. And of course, girls love guys big height. And I'm pretty tall, so I've been getting a lot of matches through this. I've deleted all the expired match connection conversation messages. And what happens if you message and you fail to get your phone number within 7 days is that they'll archive it and you won't be able to contact them again. So you've got to be able to get their number within 7 days. You change your profile here as well. So I guess that's that for it. If they like you back, it actually says on the front screen, she likes you, and then you can go ahead and chat. And sometimes you get not so pretty girls say she likes you straight off, even though you didn't really like them, and you just kind of ignore that and go on. So this has given me a lot of conversations, countless. I've been using this for about 2 months, and probably about a conversation every week, and about a date with a different one every 2 weeks. So it's been about 5 dates with dates with 5 different women. Some being repeat dates as well, and lots of conversations. So I give this one a 9 out of 10. The next app, just briefly, Snapkiss. This is a local app from 2 women who live in Neutral Bay, and it's predicated on Tinder, I think, but it's not as raunchy as that. So what you can do is you can if you don't like them, you flick them up. You flick them up. If you like someone, you go to a message, answer the question below honestly, share and show a glimpse of your true self. And it throws out a different question almost every time, so you have to think about it and answer. I'm not sure if the match actually gets this. I think it just reduces the spam that people send to each other all the time, like in other apps like Happen or Tinder. And if you're interested in more than the looks, usually people don't say anything more than an age, name, and location. So, and some have more than one photo, but this one only has the one photo. If they like you back, you can then go into the screen and chat to them. And unfortunately, what's happened is, despite conversations being open for an unlimited amount of time, I've never had any woman talk back to me. Had matches and conversations, but they haven't talked back to you. This function is pretty useless. It's like they suggest dates, and if anyone likes it, you can then say yes to it. Being a guy, of course, I'll say no. And that's this is some public chats between you and admins, some admins of the site, and you can go like, you know, someone said, "How do I get a girlfriend?" Some of the admins said, "It's quite simple, really. Be a gentleman and considerate. Calling a girl babe and push a phone number in front of her is tactless and crude." That's pretty interesting. It's a pretty useless function. So I usually use these two functions. Keep in mind, if you reject them, they actually come back. They actually come back as options, and it's arranged chronologically. But that's good if you've forgotten who you've liked. But usually, you know, if you flick them once, you don't need it again, and this runs the danger of potentially contacting the same person twice again, which you didn't want to contact twice, and that could lead to them blocking you, I suppose. Anyway, no dates, quite a few attempted conversations, and I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10 because at least there's conversations out there. 5, maybe 5.5. And there is, you know, when someone has snap-kissed you, like either a match or someone's wanted you. Holyfire. Okay, so just above Meetup. This is a Christian-specific dating app that's based in Sydney and Melbourne, but apparently has quite a few Indians and Americans on there as well. Like Snapkiss, it's not very popular. It's still between 100 and 1,000 users on Android only, compared to Coffee Meets Bagel, which has almost 10 million. What Holyfire does is combination of Coffee Meets Bagel and Tinder. It just throws you matches, but unfortunately, because the volumes are so small, it won't usually give you matches. It's probably given me like one match a week, which is not good compared to Coffee Meets Bagel, which gives you a match on average every day. If someone matches you, or if you've equally super liked each other, you can then go to matches super likes messaging, and you can then go and chat. I've had one attempted conversation only on this site and no dates, and so I've had Snapkiss and Holyfire for about 3 weeks each, and no dates at all. You can change your profile. You can see who visited your profile here as well. But yeah, so in these two apps I haven't had a date, but on Coffee Meets Bagel, had it for 2 months and plenty of dates. So I suppose that's it. I'd give Holyfire maybe a 4 out of 10 for now, but if more people come and more people sign on and match each other in a Christian context, then maybe I'll have the liberty of pumping the rating up. But yeah, I really recommend Coffee Meets Bagel, to be honest. It's the only one that gets me dates, and the people on there are pretty genuine. Okay, they don't flake, they don't pike. When you go out with them, they actually turn up, and it's great. And it throws me both Asians and Caucasians, but I've dated a few Asians only on the site, and that's it for now. I'll also like to say happiness is completely useless, and you can heart and like as many people as you want. In 6 months, I got one conversation, just one conversation in 6 months, and that didn't lead to a date because she ended up going with someone else. So Coffee Meets Bagel, that's where it's at. Goodbye for now.